Welcome to NovoEdTalks, where we reveal real-world strategies and expert insights from learning and development professionals. In every episode, we chat with practitioners, course designers, learning strategists, and business leads. We hear about their experiences in the learning industry and predictions for the profession and the trends that they're seeing. But before we get started, a little bit about NovoEd. Founded at Stanford's Social Algorithms Lab in 2012, NovoEd is a people-centric, capability-building platform that combines social and collaborative learning to drive performance readiness at scale. Through cohort-based experiences centered around human interaction, NovoEd taps into collective wisdom, placing each learner at the center of perspective, application, and expertise. Large enterprises such as 3M, GE, Marriott International, and Nestle partner with NovoEd to accelerate their critical initiatives, reconnect teams, and achieve rapid alignment through learning that is felt, experienced, and swiftly transformed into impact. Now, let's meet our guest for today's episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NovoEdTalks podcast, a space for training trailblazers to get real. My name is Melissa Fisk. I am the producer of the NovoEdTalks podcast, and today I am joined by Jiri Kroupa, who is the talent acquisition partner of Red Hat. Jiri just celebrated 10 years within Red Hat as part of the talent acquisition team. He has focused on the EMEA region. He started as an engineering recruiter, and he moved to the hiring of sales and service specialists. Currently, he's covering all business units at Red Hat. He's extremely satisfied in the current company due to their culture, environment, open source principles, company values, and day-to-day tasks. You love to hear that, Jiri. In his spare time, he is a floorball referee, mentor, and observer, which I'm hoping maybe you'll share a little bit about that with us. Jiri, welcome to the NovoEdTalks podcast.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you, and of course, thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. Why don't you start by introducing yourself a bit more and talking about your role in your company?
Okay, so I'm calling you from the Czech Republic in the middle of Europe. Yeah, so as you said, I'm part of Red Hat, which is a big software engineering company. What is a little bit unique about us is our open source model. Yeah, so I'm part of the talent acquisition team. So our primary focus is to get people on board to our company. We have, or everyone in talent acquisition team, we have the lucky that the Red Hat is a big name, especially between developers and between big enterprise customers. Yeah, so it's easier when you are mentioning that you are a recruiter from Red Hat. Yeah, people usually know your name, your history, and your attitude, and of course your open source background. So as you said, yeah, I'm working as a talent acquisition partner. I started mostly with a focus on engineering roles. So try to imagine the standard software developers, quality engineers, technical support engineers. Then after 5 years, I got this chance to relocate from the Czech Republic to Germany for 2 years exchange program, still within Red Hat, and more focus with the focus on the sales and services. And then I moved back to the Czech Republic. I'm calling you from our lovely office in Brno. And I'm still continuing now with the sales and services, but still doing also some kind of engineering roles and the technical roles for our Red Hat company.
That's awesome. So you've gotten to see and live in some very cool places as well. Who are some of your learners and what are some of their biggest challenges?
Learners, maybe the first manager. Yeah, she gave me a lot of regarding day-to-day learning activities. Yeah, the challenge is it's IT industry. It's a software engineering. Yeah, so when I joined the Red Hat, we were the company with like few products. Mostly the most famous was Red Hat Enterprise Linux, like some kind of Linux platform, which is the biggest competitor for other operating systems. Yeah, during these additional years, we moved more to other platforms, to other products. Yeah, so talent acquisition team is the first contact point with the external audience. Yeah, with external candidates. So we should be able to explain what the role means, but also which kind of products or skills we are looking for. Yes, so that was the biggest challenge for everyone to understand what Redder is really doing and how we can promote our solutions, our products with the external audience, means candidates. Yeah, but still, we are not tech people. I'm not tech. I'm not a sales. I'm not a consultant. Yeah, so I don't have any hands-on experience with Red Hat product except the operating system in my laptop. Yeah, so it's more about the learning and understanding of products, understanding basic technology topics, and understanding basic sales services topics. Yeah, so but it's more about day-to-day activities, following the most senior people within our company, doing some internal trainings, or just to read, yeah, or watch some kind of videos.
Yeah. So how do you approach kind of getting that information out there? You just mentioned you do some training and videos. Could you expand upon that a little bit?
Yeah, Reddit is a big corporate company, so almost 20,000 people. So we have an internal school. They are calling it Reddit University. And, this is probably the most amazing part of our company because they are offering a lot of internal trainings. And they are also offering the trainings externally for our customers and partners. And you can learn about Reddit products. You can learn about technology which are related to our business. You can learn more about the sales services, about our solutions, but there are also trainings about the skills, yeah, project management, product management, program management. Everything is free, of course, for all of us, so you can follow the trainings which are more like just video trainings, or especially before the COVID, a lot of trainings were on site, face to face. Now it's more like a hybrid model with the on site trainings and with the virtual trainings, more virtual. Yeah, so some of them are with the teacher, with the tutor. Some of them are just you push the button and watch. Yeah, so that's probably the biggest advantage of this corporate IT environment. You have the opportunity to learn by yourself.
That's awesome. And what an undertaking that university must be. I'm sure it's full of very, very rich content. With the rise of remote work and virtual collaboration, how has your approach to learning and development kind of adapted to ensure that all employees do have the necessary skills for this kind of new digital workplace?
It's a good question, with the remote, as you can see, I'm calling you from the office, yeah, so I'm still this old guy who's sitting in the office with my own table. And personally, I'm not a fan of remote work, but I totally understand it's necessary, especially if you are living far away from the office. So we are trying to be very transparent companies, trying to be very transparent about our values. Yeah, so there are some critical values which are connected to the accountability, commitment, freedom, and courage. Yeah, and like we are very flexible environment. So if you are working remote, it's your decision. Company will support you with the trainings, with your activities. Yes, of course, everything is measured to see what you have done, what you are still missing to do it. Yeah, so but again, rather is based on the freedom. Yes, so no one is pushing you. It's up to you. It's about your career, about your self-development, and they are giving you a lot of opportunities. As I mentioned, the Red Hat University, it's one of the source. The second, we have all of these mentoring, coaching program, which are focused on internal people. And then, of course, if it's necessary, you can discuss with your management, because I'm still individual contributor, if you can go for some kind of conferences, meetups, or some kind of external trainings. With all transparency, the Red Hat University is offering huge and massive content. So usually, if you are looking for some specific skill product, it's still there. Yeah, so you can find it.
Yeah, that's great. That's nice. And what a great resource for all of your employees. How does your team kind of identify and address skills gaps within the organization? You did mention that you measure kind of some of these programs, but could you talk a little bit more to that?
First, we are living in open source environment. Yes, so all knowledge are shared across the team, across the organization, across the company. Yeah, so how we are learning from our team meetings, yeah, we are able to see where we have a gaps, and then we are discussing what will be the best way to cover them, if with official trainings, or if someone is taking the accountability, one of the value to present some kind of skills or topics to the rest of the team, or if we can find someone internally who can help us to cover these kind of gaps. And then, of course, it's about the senior management. This is more about us, individual contributors, when we feel, hey, we need some kind of guidance, we need some kind of support, we are missing these kind of skills. But then from the senior management, there is a lot of recommendation what we should do. And I think that the best example is now everything what is related to AI. Whether is not doing any application, whether is not involved in some kind of like models, we are building still the platforms for AI. And the company created a lot of trainings when they are explaining us what AI means from the business perspective, from the technology perspective. So it's again up to me to apply for the training. Some of them are like strongly recommended. I have to say that some of them are mandatory. Just to understand the basic. So still, it's very open environment with a lot of freedom. But the rest, it's up to you. It's about your accountability to take the trainings. But it's not just only from the top down. It's from down to the top, or horizontally across the team to understand, hey, what we are missing, what we need to do, and then it's more about our personal accountability to do something with the colleagues and with the teammates.
I love that. I think personal accountability is a huge thing and an important thing in companies. How do you currently measure kind of the effectiveness of your programs? And I don't know if there's a way that you measure kind of the university content at all, or any of these learnings, but do you also have any kind of like core KPIs that you report on?
So of course, talent acquisition, we have KPIs. I'm not sure if they are so connected to the learning activities, because we need to hire some number of people within some kind of period. So it's more related to the day-to-day activities. Related to learning, of course, we have our learning management system, internal portal, which is connected to Red University. So you are able to see what you have done, what you are missing to do. So you have the dashboard. So, and also it's a part of your one-to-one performance, one-to-one session with the managers about the performance goals, which are more like short-term, and development items, which are more like long-term. Of course, there is an impact on your potential promotion or salary increasing, but it's not just only about the development. And you can discuss with your manager, or like what you are missing. You are getting some kind of recommendation. But again, corporate environment, a lot of tools. We are using also Workday to measure all of these activities. And you have again the freedom what you would like to do and what can be more important for you than other trainings or other education activities. Some of them, of course, are core of day-to-day task or day-to-day talent acquisition responsibilities. So then it's recommended and almost mandatory for everyone.
That's great. Do you have an example of a successful case study or of an example of an L&D initiative that kind of significantly impacted employee performance that you could speak to?
I'm not sure if I can speak about the whole organization, probably mostly only about my talent acquisition team, which is part of people team organization. Try to imagine people team organization in software engineering company. We are not tech girls or tech boys, or we do not have any academic background in information technology. So what we did, and I was main part, we try to translate the Red Hat products and the technology to some kind of metaphor, and share with the rest of the team. What does it mean? What is Red Hat Enterprise? What does it mean operating system? So we did internally. That's not official training, which was approved by anyone, but it's more for our understanding, like what we are selling, how we are selling, what we are developing, how we are testing our products here. Because if you are speaking with someone about the Python with software engineer, it's easy. But if you are speaking with someone who is doing, for example, benefits or people help desk, Python is Python. So it's something outside of their mind. So we did some kind of internal initiatives. What Red is doing, how we are targeting our customers, what is our market. So it's more about our self-development to understand what the company is doing. And more from non-technical perspective for non-technical people.
Yeah, I love that. And that's so important as a non-technical person. I love when people can communicate that way. And in metaphors and hypotheticals are always very good too. What role does technology play in your L&D programs? You've mentioned like a couple of the tools and things that you use, but are there other tools and platforms that you use to kind of leverage your learning and development programs?
Still, it's a software engineering company, so technology is a part of day-to-day life. Yeah, as I mentioned, Workday is more for the performance measurement. The learning management system at the university is more like internal. They are more like internal platforms with the trainings and with the measurement of your activities. Yeah, and then of course I will not say something super new. We are also using the trainings which are offered by LinkedIn or by some kind of external companies. Yeah, if they are free, or still we have also some kind of like connection to the LinkedIn for the trainings which are that you have to pay. Yeah, so but that's probably the most common tool which we are using for our development. And then again, learning by example, learning by day-to-day activities. Yeah, so because we have a very diverse team in talent acquisition, so some of them are more senior, me, not from the age perspective, but from the years with the company. So like it's a part of my day-to-day activities. If someone is starting with the red hat, yeah, so I'm doing the onboarding, yeah, because I know the process, I know the tools, I know the history of the company. So I'm like the peer or buddy for the newcomers, and that's similar for other teams. Yeah, this peer-to-peer, body-to-body onboarding process.
I love that. That's awesome. Thinking about just kind of L&D and talent acquisition in general, looking back over the past 5 years, obviously lots of big changes. But what are some of the key takeaways you've seen?
Tools, tools. We started with one application tracking system. We already moved to another. Yeah. In the meantime, we work with something else. So we tried. Yeah. Of course, takeaways. You need the customization for every single talent acquisition tool. Yeah. Or you need some kind of internal developers who will be changing the functionality, which is impossible. Yeah. Just be very transparent. Yeah. So what are the key takeaways? It's more again about us. Yeah. So still, we are the first contact point for the external people. If I'm not speaking about the customer, more about the candidates. Yeah. So we need to understand what we are offering. We need to understand what we should ask. We need to understand the roles. So it's more about our interaction with the business to understand, hey, are you looking for software engineer? Are you looking for sales specialist? Tell me more. What will be the responsibilities? What will be day-to-day activities? Tell me some kind of selling points, because Redder is still Redder, but we are not alone on the market here. So we are fighting for the similar profile as our competitors here. So it's again more about the learning from the business here. So we are not separated from the business. We are more like the partners or the consultants. Yes, of course, still we are sitting with the headphones and calling the candidates, but before we need to understand what is really the core of the role, what is the core of the technology which they will be developing or selling.
Yeah, absolutely. And thinking, as the workplace kind of continues to evolve, how do you see the future of L&D kind of shaping? And, are there trends or emerging technologies that you think are really going to change how things are done? I know you mentioned that you're building or doing some work with AI.
Yeah, that's now the company topic number one, how we can implement AI to everything.
Yeah.
From in talent acquisition team, still we have some kind of doubts. Yeah, so because if you are looking for the job, you would like to speak with someone, not with a computer. Yeah, so easy. From our day-to-day perspective, yeah, how we can AI implement more to the reporting, to some kind of measurement activities, yeah, and to understand the trends, to understand what's going on the market. Yeah, maybe AI can help us with writing some kind of Boolean search. Yeah, maybe with the filtering some kind of CVs, but still I'm fun to go through all of them. But if you have 1,000 applicants, it's not possible. Yeah, so it's probably about AI implementation to day-to-day activities, and from a learning perspective, yeah, again, to to help us to understand the AI as a concept. Yeah, so AI is AI, but we understand what AI means. Yeah, so it's more about our self-development in the topics of AI.
Absolutely. I love that. Kind of as a fun send off, my last question here for you, Jiri, is what advice would you give to those just stepping into a leadership role?
I'm not sure if I have any advice because, I'm on the opposite side. I'm still happy with the individual contributor role. Yes, because I'm working with Red Hat so long. So I was asked if there is any appetite to be team lead or manager. The answer was no, because I still believe it's like football or soccer in Europe. Yeah, it's a team sport. Yeah, talent acquisition team. Yes, we are still individual contributor. We have our manager, or we are team. Yeah, so and you don't need like 7 top players. You need the variety of the players. Yeah, so um, I'm more on the other side of the question. Yeah, I still can imagine some people are okay with the individual contributor role. They are not like fan of the leadership, or it's not a part of their personality. Yeah, so my recommendation is more, hey, this is okay. Not everyone can be leader. Not everyone can be manager. We are still okay, and I'm okay with the individual contributor role, and I think it should be okay with the corporates, yeah, and with the small or bigger companies. Yeah, so leadership role is leadership role, individual contributor is individual contributor. I see the positives, I see the negatives. Yeah, so I see like the bigger picture, and if someone is okay with the individual contributor role, stay with the individual contributor role. Yeah, because still you can get some additional advantages. Yeah, of the
Yeah,
role.
absolutely. I love that. That's a great little send off there, Jiri. Jiri, thank you so much for joining us on the NovoEdTalks podcast. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation.
No problem. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in once again.